part of me. You say come a little closer. Now I can't let it be. Isn't it lovely? Can't keep my love a secret, baby. Don't you ever leave me lonely. You touch me where I want it, baby. Isn't it lovely? Say it like you mean it, baby. Don't you ever leave me lonely. Stay right here and hold me, baby. You know the way I fall when you call me that tone, sweetheart, heart stuff. Got me losing my bones. I don't.
I'm a warrior. I go to the core. I am invictus. Ah. Nothing crushes me, nothing.
You can hold the outside this time, mate. Oh, Sabansky binned it. No way. No way, binned. Get on the marbles, mate. Get on your marbles, pal. Oh, no, 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 no. My throttle stuck. Oh, my God. Throttle stuck. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. It's over. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. There's no way, bro. I swear to God. This can't be happening to me, bro.
Throw a punch at me, you could do. See if I can dodge it. Just my dodging skills, innit? Damn.
Yo, 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 people. Hold up, hold up, hold up. People. Inside. Lads, all I've got to say is Arsenal. Arsenal. That's all I've got to say, lads. We did it. We did it. Do you know what I mean? Yo, Raphael, what's happening, man? Broban Diara, how you doing, bro? Kaiser, how you doing, man? We are live inside. And I'm doing the 100 minutes of Brazil, but for whatever reason, the lobby was messing around. I've not been able to do any practice laps. It won't let me into the practice lobby, bro. So I don't know what's going on there. And I threw together a quick little setup, and just to give you guys a warning, I binned it. I binned it after a couple of laps, so we're gonna have to be extra careful. We're gonna have to be extra careful. I had to set up a little single player lobby, do a couple laps, see how it goes. You know what I mean? See how it goes. But obviously we're starting a little bit earlier today because this race is at 7. Right, join event. Join event. I need to see what the weather conditions are. So this race is like what, 1 hour 40. So we'll kind of figure out what we're doing with the pit stops, I guess. ×3 DR. We need to be having a decent race. Who have I got in there then? Who's up in here? Oh, no ski. Where am I ranked? I'm ranked 7th. Happy days. Okay, so all these people are ranked higher than me. We've got a few Fords, a few Lexuses as well. And quali's 10 minutes. 10-minute quali, huh? That means we have to go out straight away. Right. We'll load that up then. 24 Celsius. So for quali, we'll go fiddy. Maybe 2020. Right. How much fuel for quali do I actually need? $15 should be enough. How many laps is 15?
Locking enable.
Alright, maybe a tad more than 15. That should get us at least do 7 laps. Yo, Rich, how you doing, man? Oh, play the Arsenal song? You want to play the Arsenal song, do ya? I had to do it. I had to make an Arsenal song, lads. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, buddy.
Tottenham Hotspur, Sir Alex Ferguson, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Candy,
Come on.
Jordan, Ellie King, Patrice Evans,
Everybody.
Rio Ferdinand, Ransom Banks, Expressions oozing,
Arsenal.
Big Steve, 115 charges, Craig Bird,
Come on, Poochie.
Roller Sky Sports, Yaya Toure, Kevin De Bruyne. If you hate Arsenal,
Arsenal. Come on, I had to do that. I had to get it in. Yeah, come on, 22 years in the making. You know it, bro. You know it. How are you anyway, JR, man? I ain't seen you around for a little while, brother. Don't worry, mate. I posted it on the TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Something tells me it's going to be very loud. Hey, Shizless, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, lads. See, we never really had any beef with Liverpool, do you know what I mean? Never really had any beef with Liverpool. But it seems like it's like the United fans and that, the Tottenham fans, the City fans, jeez. You know what I mean? Alright, either we're gonna survive or we're gonna bin in this quali, bro. Alright, nice, bro. Man said City has fans. I know. All 13 of them in that. All 13 of them. Right. So 10, how many laps will I get in 10 minutes? Yo, Blue, what's going on, bro? By the way, that's my missus in the chat, Lady Lush. Know what I mean? Alright. 10-minute quali. How long will we go out? I think I'm only doing like 7 laps. I got 10 tires individually, I think. Maybe we leave it like a minute. Right. It should be interesting.
Locking enabled.
Only ranked 7th in the lobby. No bin juice. Don't worry about that, mate. We're not doing any bin juices today. Do you know what I mean? Not doing no bin juice today. Don't you worry. Seems to be more people picking the Ford than the Lexus, I think. Which is a bit of a surprise. I could have went Lexus, to be honest. Understand? How you doing, Rory? Can't remember if I said hello or not. The only corner I'm nervous about is the last corner. That's where the rear end gets pretty light in this car. Wow, the Porsches get them heating the tires real quick. Messed up the braking there. Damn. They are flying already. Right, we need to lock in, man.
Time 1:35.28.
That understeer is not fun. Can't do a good last corner.
Lap 1:34.45.
It's gonna be a tight quali, boy. God, missed the corner again. And my last corner is awful.
That time was a 1:34.20.
I've not hit one decent last corner. Not one. Oh, great. Great. Well, we're ranked 7th. We're starting 7th. Absolute bollocks.
Time 1:34.19.
That was terrible, bro. Absolutely terrible. Didn't even get a 33. Well, I
Log
think
building finished.
setup might be a little bit too safe. But to be honest, we were only a tenth away from, well, 2 tenths away from second. Interesting. Maybe 9 is too much. 9 might be just too much, brother. All right. We'll take 74. I just feel like I've gone a bit too safe, but we'll leave it. We'll leave it because if I make it unsafe, then we're screwed for the whole race. You know what I mean? That was poor. No, we dropped to 8th. Brilliant. Brilliant. Saying that we had a good last sector. If that's a good last sector, then damn. What should I do with the brake ducts? Thinking I should just leave them open. Just leave them open. I can go down this as well. I think I'm just being too safe, man. Just being too safe. Right. Right. And what we got in front of us? We've got Aston, which normally gets a good start. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Aston's pretty fast down the straight as well. Might have screwed this one, man.
Logging enabled.
You can't wait for GTEs around the south. You man love Le Mans, innit, Michael? I can't do it, brother. Can't. Le Mans does my head in.
Formation lab has started.
I might need some engineers in the chat. I'm not getting no city drive-throughs. I'm good.
Green flag, green flag.
These guys are driving into the back of me. Got to take that one. There goes a hypercar. These two battle in front. This Porsche in front looks like he's struggling with pace, man.
Time 1:36.32.
Hurry, oh my god, bro. Look how long he's taking. Wow, leader's already gone.
Lap 1:35.90.
Oh! It did kind of look like the Porsche turned in on him, to be honest. Come on, Slipstream.
That time was a 1:35.11.
got so much understeer, bro.
Lap 1:34.92.
I think I built too much understeer into this car. It's definitely struggling around that corner. Terrible last corner.
Lap 1:34.83.
Didn't mean to put TC cut on 6. The lap times are a bit all over the place, you know.
Time 1:34.64.
Bollocks. Here come the hypers. We're in a bit of no man's land in terms of pace, man. Leader's still doing 34 twos.
Lap 1:36.23.
Will any of those cars in front start struggling on tyres is the question.
Lap 1:35.07.
Right, they're all through now, I think. think we might change right side tires only for this race. Yellow flags up in front. To hyper that bend it.
Lap 1:35.40.
I'm just lifting in that corner to save the tire, just a little bit. Oh, Lexus got a bit loose there. Are people's tires starting to fall off yet? Maybe.
Lap 1:35.06.
Oh, he's binned it. We're up to 5th. What the hell? Something must have happened there. What was that? Was that Nowalski? He's not in the lead anymore. Maybe he's just been overtaken. Yo, what is going on? Was that the leader that just got binned? If so, that is absolutely diabolical. Yo, Boosty, how you doing, bro?
Lap 1:35.18.
Had to go more rear, but on the brake bias again. under, sir. I appreciate it, bro. A long time coming, man. Yeah, it was close, but listen, we got it over the line. That's all that matters, mate. Now the players can relax. Oh shit. I feel like we can go into the Champions League final with no pressure. Because we're not the favourites. It's expected that PSG will beat us anyway. And we might as well just relax. Play the game, not the occasion, you know? Hey Jordan, hey, we need to have a safe space conversation, mate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you jumping on, bro, because after this race, I'm in Discord, mate. The thing is with PSG, bro, they've literally got everything in their favour, bro. Like their whole footballing body moving around fixtures so they get rest, all sorts of stuff. You know? Like, think about it. Dembele got player of the won the Ballon d'Or. My man started 9 games, bro. How you win a Ballon d'Or starting 9 league matches, bro? You know what I mean? These men are well rested. I think it gives them a significant advantage, like in the Prem, like for instance, imagine would they move around a game for any of the top clubs in England to give them a better chance in the Champions League? Not a chance, bro. Not a chance. That's because Paris Saint-Germain are the pride and joy of France, you know. Mbappe should have come to the Prem. Maybe he still will. Nah, merciless. We don't do 43 days still. I said 43, you know. Yeah, that Ballon d'Or is ridiculous, bro. Dembele started 9 games. How's he winning Ballon d'Or? Now, I'm not, to me, Kvaratskhelia is probably a bit more fitting. But, yeah, that's just insane to me. I think it definitely belongs to a player from PSG. because they have been playing insane football. But yeah, I don't know how you win a Ballon d'Or starting 9 games, bro.
That time was a 1:35.71.
Man, I mean, it's corrupt like that, to be honest, because I probably think by now Messi and Ronaldo are probably not playing at the same level, but I mean, they just monopolized it for so long. I kind of just forgot about the award because I knew one of them would win it. But to be honest, there's a shortage of real, genuine, world-class talent, and some of that is we got a bit too spoiled with Messi and Ronaldo's feats. They're just doing insane stuff season after season. Now everybody else just looks like beneath them, you know?
Time 1:35.82.
So I've got exactly 2 laps too much fuel. To fix my fuel ratio. Yeah, I think he's running out of tires a little bit.
That's 1:35.21.
One of them Ballon d'Ors, I felt like Iniesta should have won. I can't lie. The year that Modric won, I was like, nah, bro. You're not telling me he was the best player in the world at that time. Sorry. So I'm using 2.46 per lap. I had to put my fuel ratio down to like 69, I think.
5.99.
I should get this guy in the pit stops. Got 3% less than me. Yeah, as long as I stay close, I should be good.
That time was a 1:35.55.
I don't know whether to change tires or not. Let's close that gap back up. You say double stint. I think you might be right. Let's see though, we're not even halfway through yet.
That's 1:35.50.
We gotta look back and see what happened to the leader, man. I'm not even really trying to fuel save, it's just that this car is just way better on fuel.
That's 1:35.21.
That's me a whole load of time that did. He's gonna get them both in a straight as well. Yeah, there wasn't really any strategy when it came to ACC, man. ACC was like, every stint is just a sprint, you know? Yeah, hopefully he gets them in a difficult position. Nope, straightforward. Bollocks. I think, like, at the time I didn't mind it, but watching it, it got boring. Like, in terms of watching endurance races, they kind of came across a bit boring after a while, because once you could see like who ultimately was the fastest, there was pretty much nothing more to watch, you know. Whereas I feel like with this, because you never know what people are doing with strategy sometimes, it changes it up a little bit. Whereas like after the first hour in endurance races on ACC, you pretty much knew what was going to happen. Okay, that held him up. Wide at last corner. It was a bad lap for him.
Times 1:35.78.
I think the safe bet is to change the tires. On the maybe just on the rights. Awful last corner. 7 more laps worth of fuel.
Time 1:35.65.
I think we need about 29 laps worth of fuel, I think, pit stop. We'll probably take 30 to be safe.
That time was a 1:35.75.
Not been a great lap. Five laps until we pit.
That time was a 1:35.68.
The guy behind me saved quite a lot of fuel, man. Because if we change tires, that guy behind me might be a threat at the pit stops. But 29 laps, double stint on these tires. Don't know.
Lap 1:35.16.
It might pay off at the end. That's the thing. If I double stint and this guy doesn't, then I'm cooked. And he'll definitely catch me, you know. And it's only changing 2 tires, you know. It's only an extra 5 seconds. They might, but think of it like this. This guy's in a Lexus. He's going to have better tires than me anyway. So, it's the only thing I can really do to disrupt him because the leader's still doing 34s. I reckon I should try and change. If it doesn't work, then next time I'll do the double. Because pace-wise, I don't really have a pace advantage, you know? The only thing I have is a fuel advantage. Oh yeah, that guy dropped back to 8 seconds behind. I've got time, I've got space.
Lap 135.42.
He's gone.
Time 135.22.
Oh God, worst timing ever, bro. Oh my days. You're not gonna get a flipping good lap now. Bro, what? Oh my god. Look at this, bro. Yo, TV, how you doing, bro? Literally the worst in lap ever.
That time was a 1:41.84.
Worst in lap ever. Lost like three seconds, man. All right, we're gonna see what people do. We're gonna see what they do. Taking too much fuel, didn't I? Was that jumping? I did jump him, bro. He must have had an awful pit stop. Yeah, he did. I think he put too much fuel in. All right, jobs are good, and then. Like a lot of people overfueled. He's behind me though. Yeah, this guy behind ain't changed tires. Was it? Yeah, well, I was P5. I was P5.
Lap 2, 38.67.
I think the guys in front changed tires. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh my god, podium. Oh my days. What is going on? If he got bin there, that would be his new tires absolutely ruined. that guy's down in 7th, man. We'll have to have a look back to see what's happened. Yet more drama in front. Yo, that guy in the Lexus has gone super far on fuel. Or am I just tripping? How's he got all the way? Actually, you can make it to lap 37, to be honest.
That time was
If you heavy fuel save anyway.
8.22.
Car moving a little bit too much under braking for me. The guy who was in 3rd, I don't know if he got binned or something, but he was spun out in the middle of the track, so we've inherited a podium at the minute.
That time was a 1:36.15.
Now we can just abuse these right-hand side tires, man. Bro. Literally, that was me saving them. Driving off the track, bro. That was sketchy. Oh my God, brother. I wonder if that guy had changed all 4 tires. Maybe.
Lap 135.81.
Oh, the guy in 5th is doing 34s. Let's keep an eye on him. Poor last corner. Yeah, the guy that behind that didn't change, he's struggling now.
Lap 135.35.
And that guy in 5th is coming at us, man. Need to pick up the pace. Yeah, this is a better lap. Much better lap.
Lap time was a 134.95.
So no need to worry, we've got the 34s in the tank. Guys in front have got good pace, to be honest.
Lap 135.23.
A little too deep. We'll try and just match whatever pace the guy behind does for the rest of the race.
Time 135.04.
Yo, Palise, how you doing, man? Long time, brother. Tell me you're on LMU now. You're what we call an ACC original. You're one of the originals, man. That was not ideal. Fair enough, man, fair enough. I think it's only natural that everyone left ATC for LMU. But it's definitely well worth it, man. Especially when you're doing the longer races, a lot of strategies involved. It's pretty cool.
Lap 135.48.
And you got the multi-class, which gives it that real endurance feel, you know. I think what's good as well is some people came over from ACC and they prefer, to drive the LMP2. Some people prefer the hypers, not everyone's just jumped straight back into a GT3. People sort of branched off and started enjoying other cars, Yeah, it's an absolute stalemate out the front.
Lap 135.44.
whoa. It tried it. It did try it. Back end tried to go around on me. Maybe learn my lesson, keep the power cut on 6. Apart from one real incident, or maybe two, where the hypers have been pretty respectful today. I try to be as predictable as possible, you know.
That time was a 1:36.05.
I tell you what, it makes such a difference being on a direct drive wheel in these long races, man. Because on the T300, the rear end just starts to become completely numb, and then you just can't feel it. So you're sort of driving with your eyes, man. You haven't got one yet, man. Well worth the upgrade, mate. What are you on now then? Oh, Fanatec, okay. Yeah, I can't even tell you how much better it is, man. Like consistency wise, you just be more consistent without even thinking about it.
Time 1:36.05.
Guy behind's gained a little bit. Like now when the back end wants to snap, for the most part, I can feel it starting to happen, so I can react accordingly, you know? Alright, take care, bro. I know AOL all them years ago, bro. Yeah, that was fun back then. Take care though, bro.
That time was a 1:35.49.
I just got to remember to brake a little earlier. Oh, guy behind's had a good lap.
That time was a 1:35.39.
Of course. Couldn't just wait. Couldn't just wait, could he? Racing absolutely nobody as well.
Time 1:36.02.
He's having a decent lap as well. This was a better lap. Oh, the lead changed. The lead changed.
That time was a 1:35.14.
The Porsche now leads the race. Four-second advantage now. What the hell happened? But it's a good thing that I'm acutely aware of what's around me, bro, because these lot, they take a lot of risk, man.
Time 136.16.
Lost a lot of time to the guy behind. Oh, missed the last corner. Another bad lap, to be honest. Every time we're doing a decent lap, run into traffic, bro. But we did extend the gap on the guy behind this lap.
Time 135.54.
I think my tyre wear has been pretty good because we haven't really lost that much to the leaders, have we? Apart from in traffic. Oh, back end he went then.
That time was a 1:35.83.
See, the guy in the Lexus is flying now. I reckon he changed all 4 tires, man. The guy that was in front of us before the pit stop, he must have changed all 4 tires. And definitely put in too much fuel. You getting ready for the podium celebration? Yeah, man. Come on.
Lap 1:35.47.
Another driver in the wall. I'm quite happy with the longevity of my tire wear, actually, to be honest with you. I think even the Porsche behind me is starting to fall off now. We'll take a look at log analyzer as well afterwards. See what the tire wear usage was like.
That time was a 1:35.51.
And this setup is definitely not perfect. This setup has got loads of understeer in it, which makes it safe, but also makes it slow. Bro, these hypers are so spread out, it's crazy.
Time 1:35.65.
A 100 minutes in a Corvette must be rough.
Lap 1:36.06.
I was thinking he didn't want to let me through for a sec. The next lap is the last lap then. Guy behind me will be getting lapped. So this is his final lap. See what we can do on the last lap. was a pretty good last lap, to be honest.
Log building finished. Logging enabled.
All right,
Log building finished.
get in there. Little podium, lads, little podium. Hold on. You guys know what time it is? Podium celebration. Up the Arsenal. There you go, lads. Get in there. Our pace wasn't good though. Our pace was definitely pretty bad in that race, but kept it on the track. We need to actually we'll look at the replay afterwards, see what happened. So what did he do? Did he do that on purpose so he could just set fast slap and then just quit? Let's go and have a look and see what happened. He did a 33.8 in the race. What does it? Do you know what? I need to make a win celebration, man. I need to make a win celebration. We ain't even got one of those. The podium and the win celebration is all the same at the minute. Let's see what happened to Paul. Lads, it has been a phenomenal week, I can't lie. You know what I mean? It's been a phenomenal week, lads. I want to see what the hell happened to this guy. Lap 33, it happened. Where is he? He's on pole. So what lap's this? Lap 33. Wait, is he already in the garage? Wait, what? Let's see. I don't feel like I saw him like crash or anything. He boxes and just stays there. That looks, you know what that looks like to me? That looks like that was just a hot lap run to get a time on the leaderboards, because what's he doing? Look, he's pitting. So he pits. Did he forget to put fuel in? What the hell happened to this guy? There's no way he forgot to put fuel in, because if he never changed it from quali, he would have pitted after about 6-7 laps. Okay, so he gets to lap 33. So he drives all the way to the end then. What the hell was he doing? Weird. Weird. Alright, let's go back and see what happened to this guy. He must have pitted on about lap 30. Quality fuel ratio. But that one took him to 14 laps, so would it? And why did he stopped on lap 33 as well? So if he did, he would have changed it in the pit stop. I reckon he was just trying to get fastest lap or something. But he only did 33 laps. This guy must have changed tires, surely. He had an absolutely abysmal pit stop. Yeah, nothing untoward happened. He just had a bad stop. Now there was, when I pitted, after I came out, these other guys quit the race. Who was it that crashed? This guy. Oh, okay. One of them ones. Racing incident, man. To be honest. Bit of a racing incident. Yeah, because the guy in the Porsche not doing nothing wrong. He's not done anything wrong, has he? Oh my God. Oh my God. Sad. Yeah, this is tough, man. This is tough. There we go. Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, he quit after that. Damn. Damn. What else? Someone else binned it earlier on in the race. Maybe even earlier than this. Who was it? I'm trying to think, who was it that binned it? Let's go back even further, maybe. Who was it that crashed? Might have been this guy. But we saw what happened with this guy, right? Okay, he's already had the crash. So. There we go then. Now, from my point of view, it looks like this guy turned in, but we don't know. Again, it's one of those, man. He does sort of turn in, but he does have the right to, but I feel like he still is leaving a bit of space. I don't know, man. You could say the guy behind, he hasn't really got the move done, has he? This is one of those typical LMU crashes, man. Typical. Hold on, let's see on board. Yeah, on board it feels like this guy's like turned across him a little bit, to be honest. Let's see the other guy's point of view. Yeah, I'm gonna say 60-40 Lexus, bro. I think they both could have done more to avoid it, to be honest. Yeah, this guy's tires are dead. Oh! He got absolutely binned as well. What the hell happened here? Oh, we got him from behind. Oh my god. Yo, he just drove through him, bro. Wow. You think Porsche's full? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, where's this guy? Like, to me, yeah, like, in hard racing, you can't expect a guy to drive around on the marbles where there's no grip and give up their position, because that's all that's gonna happen. Like, yeah, this is definitely this guy's fault. Like, more his fault, because like he's not even really alongside. You know what I mean? And he's left a gap. And to me, if you're the guy in front and you just drive wider, and basically you're off the driving line where there's no grip, you've basically just given him the position, bro. You know, like that, to me, like if you're racing hard, yeah, but you gotta be further. If he's further up the inside, then fine. But he's literally just about at his rear wheels, bro. You know what I mean, you gotta get your car at least by his wing mirrors. Especially if you're gonna send it on a corner like this, you gotta send it properly, bro. This is a half send, you know. Yeah, it's nah. Not for me, mate. He's not really alongside, is he? You know what I mean? Well, normally the guy on the inside gets spun. You know, that's why a lot of people make the line really tight for you from the outside, because normally LMU physics spins this guy, but he probably turns right at the right time not to spin. People say that, but in the end, you know, like, you think any like real competitive race, no one's just gonna go wide and give you space, bro. It's never gonna happen. You know? Because look, this guy goes wide. Say he goes here, no grip. This guy's got the position done. You know what I mean? It's a race. You gotta expect them to race you. At least if you're pulling an overtake, you gotta be further along than that. Got to be. Look. Let's see from the side point of view, bro. Front wheels at the rear wheels. It's tight, bro. Point of contact is, yeah. For me, if you're like here, then you deserve the space. But at the same time, bro, he's left the car's width. You know what I mean? Like, you can leave a space. You don't have to leave him the whole corner and say like, hey, here you go, mate, take the corner. You left him enough space to make it tight. And as the overtaking car, it's up to you not to make contact, bro. Yeah, but see, this is what I mean. Like, if you're in a Porsche, you like from my experience at least, when you're certain cars, bro, you can be quick in them, but you don't have no straight line. You're not passing anybody, you know. And that's what it's like in a Porsche. Like, you can't all your time is made up in the corners where you can't overtake, you know? You think he turned in? Nah, man. I think this is hard racing, mate. You know what I mean? It's hard racing. I mean, I think it's hard, but as they say by the rule book, the overtaking car, it's up to you not to make the contact, or at least get most of your car alongside, bro. If most of your car's not alongside, they're always gonna be able to say, well, it's on you, bro. I mean, he could. Does he have to? Is the question. Like, cause that to me right there, bro. Like the contact here, brother. This is the first point of contact. He's got room, bro. Like, he's got room. I don't know how much more room you should give him, but first point of contact, bro. He's got room. It's just that he's going into the corner hot because he's trying to outbrake him. You know what I mean? But he's got the room. You know, my point of view, he's got room. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tight. He's gonna have to put two wheels in the curb, but it's, you know, driver skill, brother. You've got it. If you're tight on the inside, bro, and you kind of can't afford to overshoot the corner, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, but you can. This is the thing. Like, when someone's trying to overtake you, all you have to do is leave a car's width. You don't have to leave no more than that. Any more than that is you're giving someone grace. You know what I mean? You're being nice. But technically, all you need is a car's width. And by the law, you've not done nothing. You know what I mean? Right now, where there's contact, there is a Lexus width for him to get in. And he didn't put his car in there. So, as the overtaking car, it's on you. Unless you've deserved more space because you're right up alongside, like the front of your car's by the front wheels, then yeah. But when you're behind, bro, you either gotta make sure you get the car right up on the inside and outbrake the guy, or you have to back out. Because if you make contact, it's gonna be on you. You know, this guy, he could go wider. He doesn't have to, though. All he has to do, leave a car's width. That, to me, is a car's width and a bit more. You know what I mean? So, as the car behind, you got to get that slowed down in time. Like, most of the time, any real competitive race, no one's just going to give you space, bro. No one's going to say, here, take the inside, mate. You know what I mean? I'll go on the dirty line. You know what I mean? Take my position. No one's doing that shit. Nobody. You know what I mean? They're going to make it. That's why I like watching, like, the esports drivers, because when they make overtakes, bro, it will be as literally as tight as possible. But they make it work, you know? Obviously, higher skill level, whatnot. But they will give each other the minimum amount of space as possible. And somehow, 90% of the time, they get through. How does that work? You know what I mean? Because you know, if you're the overtaking car, you got to nail the line, bro. You know? Like, because this guy only really hits the apex because he hits this guy. Because he was about to go a little bit deep. 81 mile per hour. Yeah, like, he kind of just nerfed him out of the way. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like it depends how you race to me, bro. But like hard racing, you get minimum space, bro. This is the thing, bro. I think sometimes there's too much respect, bro. Like, if you race right to the letter of the law, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with racing right to the letter of the law. Yeah, you're asking for trouble if the people around you ain't got the same skill set in terms of overtaking. You know what I mean? Some people, like you see it with hypercars where they get overexcited when they're trying to overtake you, so they just send it and then they don't even make the corner. A lot of people do that when they overtake, but when people are like really good at overtaking, they can leave. Like for instance, look at when Leclerc and Hamilton race each other. They can leave tiny amounts of space, literally, and they can get through the corner. You know, because it's not just about respect, it's actually a skill to leave a minimum amount of space, but still keep enough throttle in to make sure you're not backing out of the corner. You know? Yeah, you get room, but you don't deserve the whole inside of the track, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, like in competitive racing situations, you don't just completely open the door for someone. You can give them space to overtake, but you have to make it as tight as possible. So, like, they almost have to get out of the throttle on the exit, otherwise they're gonna spin you. Like, that's normal to me, you know. If you go to overtake someone and you got the inside, they're on the outside, if they make it really tight, but they leave a car's width, you can't get on the throttle unless you're willing to literally just push them off the track. But that's clever racing, you know? He weren't at the curb yet, mate. He hit him before he even got to the curb. He's hit him here. He's not on no curb. This car, you can put 2 wheels over this curb, bro. You know what I mean? He's hit him here. So, but again, you know, if you're gonna make the move, you gotta make sure you're on the line, in my opinion. If you're on the inside and you overshoot, you're gonna have some contact in it. Yeah, see, this is, I know, like, it's different. You know what I mean? Saying the entire track on the right hand side is not realistic. Who drives all the way out here? Nobody. No, he turned in tight to make it difficult for him to get on the throttle. That's normal, bro. That's what I mean. Either you gotta send it on the brake so you're at least side by side, or you back out. But I get what he's trying to do. Sometimes you can do this to someone, leave your nose in, and make them stay offline so you can set up a run for the next corner. It's just racing tactics, bro. Yeah, I mean, you could have, but let's be honest. If you're the Porsche, whoops. If you're the Porsche, once you're out here, you're on the dirty stuff, mate. The position's gone. You know what I mean? To me, anyway, whenever I play LMU, I expect this, bro. I expect people to turn in really tight. I actually go into, when I'm making moves up the inside, I expect them to turn tight. Because I know it's a way of trapping you at a certain speed at the apex. You know what I mean? If you're racing someone that knows those tactics, then you get through there. If you don't, you get binned, you know? It's a risk because not everyone's on it, but at the same time, especially when you're at the front, you probably should know how to get through these corners side by side, even if it's incredibly tight, bro. You know? Nah. I don't think so, mate. Yeah, but even a couple of feet right, you know, he's basically given the position because most of his car is still in front. So it's like almost give up the position because you're going to go through this corner. Then there's another right. The Lexus is quicker down the straight, so he's going to get the run on him through the next corner, you know? So he's just trying to make it super tight so this guy can't get on the throttle. It's clever defense, but it's risky. Do you know what I mean? I find it kind of wild because I know like just any VMS, any flipping Tat and Restec, bro, when you see people overtake, they are going to make it so hard for you to get past, bro. No one just goes wider just to let you through. That's, you know what I mean? Especially if it's a hard fought race, no one's just gonna just give you the space to make the move. Nah, you gotta make it as tight as possible, man. Yeah, but he died because this guy wasn't that clever. You know what I mean? Look, it's like he doesn't even get it really slowed down properly. If you're going into a corner side by side, you gotta get the car slowed down. You know, he doesn't even get the car slowed down. Nah, man. You know what it is? You lot are too nice, bro. You're too nice on track. Like, the way I see it is, these guys are not your friends, bro. You go on track, these guys, they're not your friends. They're not your mates. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're not your mate. You don't have to be nice to these guys. Like, you leave a car's width. If he doesn't make it and he binge out, yeah, you can be pissed off, but that's on him. You left a car's width, bro. That's all. If you need more than a car's width, then that's a skill issue. You know? If you leave a car's width for someone, bro, it's literally on them to put their car in that gap without hitting you. Like, by the letter of the law, that's just it. Car's width, get the job done, mate. Hold on. Camera looking back. You mean the other camera looking back? Hold on. There you go back. Whoops, this is a different lap. Ah, fucking haters. There's a different lap in it. Bollocks. What lap did it happen at? I've lost a lap. What was his name again? It was lap 4. Wait, what? Oh, here we go. Oh, the one I did earlier. Hold on. Yeah, look, this guy did not even make it, bro. He overshot the corner, bro. You know what I mean? He's actually overshot the corner. Hold on. Look at my line behind. This... yeah, nah. This guy's just overshot the corner, to be honest. Look at, bro, yeah. Nah, man. I'm sorry, mate. He's overshot the corner. Look at where he ends up. He's clearly overshot the corner, bro. Why are they saying I had a rear damage? I didn't see rear damage. Yeah, I can just hear by the fact he's downshifting. He's having to spam it to get it slowed down. But also, to me, like, I don't know. Whenever I'm racing, I'm aware of the car that I'm driving, and I'm aware of the car that they're driving. So I know the strengths of my car, and I know the strengths and weaknesses of their car. You're going to find it very hard to outbrake a Porsche, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one, you know your car's faster down the straight. Normal. You know his car's faster through the corners. But you also know to get an overtake done on a Porsche on the brakes is going to be tough if you're not considerably alongside, bro. You're not going to be able to dive bomb a Porsche from behind and get the move done. The Porsche can brake later than a Lexus. It's not rocket science, you know? So to make that move, you kind of, you know, you have to be further alongside. To me, the big mistake the Porsche made was leaving the inside open. That's the mistake I think he made, because I would have been defending all the way to the left. Yeah, but if you look, like, we're 4 laps into the race, the Porsche was struggling with pace. You know you're faster down the straight. This guy could have afforded to be patient, because, to be honest, most of the time when these incidents happen on LMU, 9 times out of 10, the guy on the inside is the guy that gets spun. It happens all the time, bro. Nine times out of 10, this spin normally puts you towards the inside, bro. You know? So he's also taking a risk. And if you look, yeah, you know what I mean? If you look, right, the contact from the Porsche is the only thing that makes this guy actually get close to the apex, because he's about to overshoot. Watch. Look. The contact makes his car turn towards the apex. This guy wasn't making no apex. He wasn't making the apex at all. Look where his car is, bro. You know? And that's with contact and over slowing down. Look how wide he is. That means he wasn't making the corner. You know what I mean? Like, to me, this is definitely more on him. Like, he could have left more space, but this guy's clearly overshooting. Look at everyone else's line here, bro. Everybody else is tight, coming off here. This guy is out here because he was never slowing down in time. Because he tried to outbrake the guy in the Porsche and it didn't work. You know? Now, for your own safety, you can say, I'm gonna leave space and because I don't want to get killed. But as I said, that's not something you absolutely have to do. Not everyone thinks like that. Not everyone thinks, I'm just going to give this guy space. I don't want to die. I live to fight another. Some people don't think like that. Some people fight. Some people, they're like, I'm not letting you drive through the inside there. You're going to try and outbrake me. Some people's mentality is completely different, you know? But it's racing. I don't feel like it's a massive incident. I feel like you'll see tons of incidents just like that, you know? I'm sure someone else died early on in the race. I'm positive, bro. Let's go to the start, because let's see what happened at the start. Like, for instance, like, Printer, bro. Printer will give you literally the width of your car, and that is it. He's not giving you no more, and that is it. You know what I mean? But there's a reason why, like, Printer, Whitehead, Gaskell, when you watch all these guys, you'll notice one thing. They are extremely difficult to overtake, bro. You know what I mean? They're hard to overtake. They will give you literally the minuscule amount of space, and that is it. No more. But racing is ego-driven. You think about it, every single person, particularly at the front, thinks or feels like they can beat everybody else. That is racing, bro. That is sport, you know? Ego drives everybody. Some people drive for fun and they don't really bother where they finish. They just enjoy the driving. But particularly, for the most part, split one, guys at the front, they're trying to win. You know what I mean? So, as I said, the best drivers in the world, of course they're driven by ego. They want to be the best. They want to win. You know? And that's how it goes. It's normal. I mean, sometimes that's what separates people, you know, the will to win. Even in real life, you will hear drivers make excuses when shit don't go their way or when they don't perform. They will make excuses because their ego will not allow them to believe that these other people were just faster than me. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like I can't explain it. Like my ego used to be way worse back in the day. As I get older now, I drive more for fun, whatever. But back in the day when we was doing like esports and competing and stuff, like, yeah, bro, you put in so much time, you grind. You know what I mean? You prep, you make these setups. Like, and then when it comes to the race, you know, you got people who are putting the equal amount of effort in trying to beat you, and you want to beat them. You develop, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can be on track and you're racing someone and they might do one thing and all of a sudden it's just a full-blown rivalry, bro. They can do one thing that you don't like and all of a sudden, in that moment, you really dislike this guy. You know? I actually got a back. This is the first time I actually definitely had a poor reaction off the start line. Normally I get good starts, but I was a bit slow off the start. I felt that I pressed the button late. See, I cruised it in. Oh, did I? What happened there? Does he touch the Porsche? Oh, this guy swerves into him. Oh my God, damn. I mean, he wasn't really to know, I guess. It's like a racing incident for me, cause same guy again. Ooh, yeah, everyone had to. He's probably overturned it a little bit, to be honest, but he's probably not to know. He's probably not to know there. Oh. Look, I think I get the run on these lot. And because I know I'm like, for instance, I'm tight up against the inside, I just fully send it, you know? I don't half send it, you got to fully send it. Because that way, once you get in front, you're in front now. I know once you're tight against the inside, it's very, very hard to get the car slow down to the corner, so you got to fully send it. That's what he should have done, in my opinion, but he half sent it. Oh. I'm sure someone else binned it on the first lap or early in the race, man. Whoops. One thing I noticed, now that I'm on direct drive, a lot of my old setups were way too safe. So when I'm loading up an old setup, I'm now coming back to the same track and I've just got pure understeer. Because what I was doing on the T300 was I was putting my steering ratio down so I could get turning through these corners, but it was fake because I'm not actually getting turning from the setup. I'm just getting turning from having a tighter ratio. So last time I did this race in the Ford, if you look how fast I was at the start of the race, I was flying because my steering ratio is so tight, I'm generating all the heat into the tires. So first 4 or 5 laps, I'm flying, you know? But then towards the end of the race, I'm struggling so badly with tires. So I've noticed now that I've gone back to 900, I need to get rotation from the setup, not from the ratio. Because that's what I was doing before, you know? Yeah, I think top split, like, if you're like, like top split, for the most part, you do get a few different names if it's like the dailies, but if it's like the main championships and stuff, you start seeing the same people all the time, bro. You know, like the online championships in top split, you start seeing the same people like every week. I'm sure someone else been there. Or am I just tripping? I think I'm tripping. They went through here. Hits the curb. See, this is what I mean. Like, I know this tactic, bro. And like, when you're in a Porsche, or when you're in a car that's slow down the straight, these are the kind of things you gotta employ. You gotta make it so tight naturally when you come out of this this corner here. You're gonna get understeer, you know, that least line of resistance and all that. You get understeer, but this guy's trying to make it tight so he can't just plant the throttle down, you know, because he knows that Lexus is quicker. I was close to choosing a Porsche though, for today's race. I was actually pretty close. Yeah, I've got so much understeer through this corner, not good enough. I'll show you what I'll do. I will show you the last race I did around this track in the Ford. That was in the T300. And yeah, the pace I was way faster. But that's because for me then I had the rotation through the tire ratio. Let's check log analyzer. See what the tire wear was like. I felt my tire wear was pretty good. RF2 log analyzer. Let's have a little look. And then we should be able to find the last Brazil race we did as well. Let's get that over here. Right. Fresh. Actually, I'm actually made a pretty good setup with the what's it called? Made a pretty good setup with the BMW around Interlagos, man. Look, bro, look how much slower the Porsche is down the straight. Damn, that is sad. Let's go to fuel and tires. Oh, this is because we pitted. But after the pit stop, 0.75. So we had some of the best tire wear out there. Well, out of the front group, we had the best tire wear. I felt like my tire wear was pretty good, to be honest. Right. Yeah, some people were using a lot of. Let's look at was it Nowosky? Where is he? He didn't finish the race. He did not show up. I don't think he shows up. Oh, here he is. Look, bro, this guy's using so much tire, bro. And this is the thing, like, this is actually what generates lap time. Because if you looked at my if you looked at the MFD or for the tire graphic, my tires were actually cold throughout the race. You know, they weren't proper green. When the tires are not proper green, you can drive normally and stuff, but you don't realize how much lap time you actually lose, man. Like, it's slow, it loses you lap time. When you generate a lot of tire heat, i.e. also it causes more wear, it's way faster. That's why, for instance, in quali, third lap is not as quick as the fifth. You know, once the tires are warm, that's when you got all the lap time. This guy must have had a spin for 1.55 in a Lexus is wild. But if we go back, how far is it now? Be before pull record, before all this. This is all practice. Oh no, this is the McLaren when we're messing around in the McLaren. Okay, Ford. This is the last race I did here. In the Ford. Best lap 33.8. We had similar speed down the straight, bro. Let's look at what our tire wear was. Can't get a proper reading because obviously we made a pit stop in that race. But yeah, I mean, we were using more of the tire with a tighter ratio. But it's just like now having to like rework the setups, man. Gotta rework the setups now. But our race pace in the Ford was crazy last time out. Putting point twos in the middle as well, and a 0.3 in the last. We were absolutely flying last time. I think this was a 40-minute race or something? So you'd expect like, let's go down and see what our fastest lap was. So our fastest lap was a 33.8 last time we did this. How many laps? 19 laps. So that is that half an hour? Half an hour. So you'd expect like with a full tank to maybe be 3 temps off this, 3.5 temps. So I was a lot slow. I think I was about half a second off with a proper setup than where I should have been, you know. About half a second. But also the drop off was quite big. But then again, by the last lap I was still doing second last lap, still doing 34.6s, so it wasn't too bad actually. But on the fast lap, just look how much of the tire we're using through certain corners, you know, really leaning on the tires. But it's all interesting. It's all interesting. We definitely now have to go into the setups and make the car rotate more via the setup. You know, it makes a big difference. What did we do in this race? I think we were slow in this race. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit different. When you have a bad setup, bro, like you can just feel it through certain corners where the car is not reaching the potential that you want. So where is it? This race, fastest lap 34.0. But look at the drop off. The drop off was way bigger. You know. I think I must have had a spin somewhere. I don't know what this is about, but the drop off is massive on this race run. And one thing I noticed is the lap times all over the place. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I felt that was kind of normal for the T300. But it's all interesting, man. It's all interesting. But what are we doing next? Actually, I wanted to do a video on the ABS setting because I don't know if you guys have tried it, but to me, ABS on this game, the setting itself is broken, in my opinion. I feel like the ABS setting doesn't actually work properly because let me quickly go into it. Quickly, before I make a video on it, I'll try and show you what I actually mean. Let's just do the Ford again because we were just driving it. Right. Let's put on, and you guys tell me what you notice. Actually, let me put tire warmers on so we can just get straight to it without messing about. Okay. Yeah, tell me if you guys notice this because I think it doesn't really make much sense to me. Alright, watch this. So, actually, you know what I should have done? Which setup was it? Problem is, I can't remember which setup it was that I used when I was doing those races. I think it was 2? We'll try this one then. Yeah. So, boom. Let me just go out.
Logging enabled.
And I'll show you what I mean by the ABS setting to me is a little baffling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my I'll put my brake bias down to 50-50, right? And if I just drive into this corner and slam on the brakes, there's no real movement in the car, right? But then if I go to ABS 8, which is still under the understeer section, let's see how much the car moves on the brakes when I brake. Didn't really move that time. I think turn 1's the best corner for it. That's where I notice it the most. If we drive around with 8, that can happen anyway when the car turns like that. Okay, yeah, I remember the setup now. You couldn't push it through that corner. Right, look how much the car rotates. Now, that is still understeer, 8, right? Let's go for the last corner. Leave it on 8. Turns in super nice, right? Turn 1, let's go down to 7. 7's still understeer, so shouldn't be as lethal as like 6. Alright, now that turns a lot. Like a lot. Let's go into this corner again with 7. Yeah, you have to trail brake perfectly. Alright, let's try 6. Yeah, you gotta brake extremely lightly, or else you're dead. See, that's weird because to me, you guys can try it for yourself. 7 feels like it turns in way more than 6. Like 7 actually feels lethal, even though it's still under understeer. Like 7 is harder to control than 6, which doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, death. Let's try 5. Because I feel like the balance between ABS 9 to 1 is a bit off,
That time was a
in my opinion.
1.3.21.
Okay, that's death. 5 is complete and utter death. So I wonder, could you use that, set the car up extremely understeery, and then use a different ABS? But this is supposed to be balanced, you know? But it doesn't feel balanced at all. It just feels like death. Yeah, balanced is not balanced. Basically, balance is actually 9. That's balanced. Everything else is just mad oversteer. See that? Now 5 technically rounded up to the nearest 10 or whatever. 5, it should be the middle point, right? 5 should be the absolute middle point, but 5 is literally OD. You know what I mean? It's way too oversteery. So I feel like they can I feel like they can make the incremental changes between the ABS better. Because right about now, it's just 90% of people are just gonna stay on 9. Let's say does 4 feel inherently worse than 5? See, that doesn't make any sense. Now let's do turn 1 because 4 feels easier than 5.
Lap 2, 16.94.
What? Yeah, bro. Bro, that's entirely broken. 4 feels like 8. 4 doesn't feel like it's lower than 5 or 6 or 7. You know, on 7, 6, and 5, turn 1, the car completely snaps to the left. On 4, it's just, you can just put your foot down and brake. Like, I'm expecting it to snap, but it's not. Technically, it should be more lethal, you know? Doesn't make too much sense, in my opinion. Let's try brake really hard. Okay, there's a snap. But, like, it feels easier to catch than the others, bro. Alright, 3 is oversteer. Let's see. Okay, pretty much they all respond similar in that corner. Yeah, brake bias can counteract it, but I feel like the order's wrong. Like 5 definitely feels worse than 4. 5 feels worse than 3. Let's see what 3's like in turn 1.
Lap 1,
It should snap to the left.
8.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't make no sense, bro. 5 is categorically worse than 3 and 4. And 5 is supposed to be balanced. 5, the car just snaps hard left, you know? So, like I said, this is what I was trying the other day, and I just noticed that some of the ABS thing, they seem to be off. Like 9 is definitely the most stable. 8's not too bad either, but it does have a little bit of a snap. 7 feels like it should be imbalanced. Like 7's quite snappy. 6 is okay. Like you'll see some people around some tracks, you can use 6. Like in the BMW, you can use 6. 5 is just way too much. And 4 and 3 feel like they're more stable than 5. So it's like, bro, like what's going on? Let's try 2. Again, it's almost like driving without ABS, basically. So it didn't feel like it's like unstable. It just feels like you're driving without ABS. So you got to brake a little bit earlier. But see what I mean? It doesn't have the same snap as 5, but I'm on 2. So what is all that about? Bro, I swear 2 is easier than 5, bro. Hold on, let me go back to 5. Just double check this. Because 5 felt lethal as hell.
Time 1:39.80.
Yeah. Bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. The thing is, the reason why I'm testing stuff is because I know for the super fast lap times, I know people are messing around with the ABS through certain corners. You know? So you might get a certain section of the track, or sometimes there might be a fixed race and you're wondering how the hell are they so much faster through that corner? You know what I mean, pretty sure it's the ABS they're messing around with. If you've got it set up, changing it through from corner to corner as well. I do remember when we were doing wet races back in the day, we used to put the ABS down. I think we even started putting it down to 3. Get more rotation. All right, let's try 1. Yeah, see, I can't notice a distinct difference from 1 and 5, you know? Surely there should feel like a big difference. Like that, there's no... You would expect being on 1, it would be super snappy, you know? Okay. Interesting. If I could, I would like redo the order. I'll go back to 9. I think I probably would have been a lot faster with this setup. Yeah, I need to set up my buttons properly so I can do it. I think through certain tracks it does help, man. Like Bahrain, I always switch to ABS for turn 1. Always.
Lap 1, 57.47.
Okay. Yeah. This setup's got the rotation that you need for Brazil. Like, that's the thing. What I've noticed, like, particularly now I'm doing 900, bro. On this game, rotation is everything, bro. For lap times, everything. If your car don't rotate a lot, there's just nothing you can do. You know? It's so much faster. It's crazy. Because I noticed then, I got the line a little bit wrong. Right then. But like, I'm about to be full on power and just flat out. Before, I'm having to dab the throttle, lift, and it loses you a lot of time, bro. You know, I think in that race then, I was doing 0.4s and 5s in the first sectors, whereas before I was doing 0.2s. That's 3 tenths just by being able to be flat through this corner, you know? You have to take the right line here because you really got to hug the first corner, stay left as much as possible. And then if you plant the throttle at the right time, you're literally flat through here and round turn 3. And it just gains you so much time, bro. You know? But once you build a bit of understeer into your setup, you can't, I feel like in ACC, for instance, you can kind of drive around some setup problems a little bit. You can drive around it. You can force the car into the corners. You can, you know what I mean? Like on this game, bro, if you don't have the rotation, you are just cooked, bro. Can't drive through it. You can't force it. You can't do nothing. Like you will have almost like a maximum lap time you can hit with an understeery setup, and you ain't going no quicker. You ain't driving through nothing. That's your limit. Once you start getting the oversteer, as long as you take care in certain places, bro, it's just so much quicker. No, you can't map each number. I wish it, because that's what I'll do for the dials, bro. I try to with the dials, but for instance, with the TC, I can only map up. And once I've done it once, then that's it. I can't, you know what I mean? It's annoying. I wish I could map it each, like from 1 to 9 on the dial. It would be perfect. But ACC had a lot of buttons, you know, a lot of keybinds. They need to make more keybinds on this game. Because right now I've got a lot of things on my wheel that I don't use, and I could, you know. But it's interesting. Let's have a little look at the livery I've done. By the way, I did upload that livery. If you haven't seen it yet, I uploaded it for the community on the last stream. Don't know if you lot was about. But we did give the livery to the people. Whoops. 2024. Car. There you go, mate. Look at us doing liveries again, eh? Doing liveries. There's a couple of things I missed out on here, but is what it is. I actually made the black one as well, but I didn't give this one out. I kept this one to myself. I kept this one to myself, lads. But that one I'll put on the website so everyone can download. It 110% needs more customizable options, man. 110. Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? When this game first came out and people were struggling with the force feedback, I'm telling you, bro. Everything to fix the force feedback, it had everything to do with the coefficient and saturation settings. That's them settings used to be in the menu. I'm telling you, before anything, bro, that transformed how the game felt for me. Yeah. Coefficient and saturation, you could feel the back end and everything. So when people were slagging off force feedback, I'm like, bro, I generally don't get it. You know what I mean? All you need to do is mess with those two settings and you will feel everything. And then for whatever reason, the next update, they took it away. And I was like, no, because without that, my wheel felt terrible. So I started going into the game files, and then I found the same two settings in the game files. And then I used to change them in there, and then it would work the same. And then they updated it again where it felt like it didn't do nothing if you changed it. But luckily, the force feedback app came out, and then on the T300 at least, it kind of fixed a lot of those problems. But I was able to fix a lot of how the game felt through the coefficient and saturation settings. But now they're just in the they're in your wheel your wheel settings in terms of when you go into the game files. But they feel like they don't do anything anymore. Whereas before, bro, it was night and day how important those two settings were. I don't know why they took them out. I don't know why they took them out. I have no idea why they took them out, because, bro, I could not believe they got rid of them settings, bro. I couldn't believe it. I was like 8 tenths slower without them settings. Literally 8 tenths a lap slower. I couldn't feel the car turning on exit. I couldn't feel if the rear was loose. Couldn't feel anything. And I was starting to thinking, oh, I'm gonna end up back on ACC because I just don't like the feel, you know. And then I managed to find the same settings in the game files, and that's what kept me on the game. But if it wasn't for that, I'd have been out of there, mate. Yo, Herman, how you doing, brother? How you doing, mate? Lads, if you want this livery, it is on the livery hub on the website. I uploaded that. I think I uploaded a couple of the Lexus ones as well. Yeah, I think I uploaded some Lexus ones. What else? And that was it. Two Lexus ones. Lambo. We're in the UK. I'm in London, brother. London. Yeah, I don't know, man. Especially with the force feedback app, they should be like, right, we need to import some of this shit. You know what I mean? This is transforming people's experience, bro. But sometimes it allows you to get lazy. Sort of like how ACC got lazy with LFM, you know? They started thinking, you know what? We don't have to work on our ranked server anymore. We've got LFM, you know? You might be coming to Oxford soon. Anything you should know. Now you should be all right in up them areas, man. Them areas, I think it's all good. You ain't coming to London, mate. I'm not surprised, bro, because it lets them know that someone did a better job in their own game. You know what I mean? But if I was them, take the GTA approach, hire them. The guy that built that, hire him. You know what I mean? That's what GTA did with 5M. 5M has literally extended the lifespan of Grand Theft Auto. They just bought them out. They hired all the guys, you know? That's what I would do. I'd hire the guy. He knows what he's doing. We could use him on the team. He's done a good job. He's improving people's experiences on the game. Hire him. That's what I think, anyway. It's no cool. It shouldn't be a cause to be salty, in my opinion, because especially if you're on a lower end equipment. I can talk from my experience on the T300. Without the force feedback app, you are cooked, bro. Yeah, of course, because these guys, they've got a a set of skills that can be, even though they've used it for harm, it can become useful. I mean, do you know what? I love stuff like that, you know. I love stuff like that, you know. Oh, you're going there for grad school. What were you studying? My missus' younger sister, I think, was she in Oxford University for law, I think? Was it law or was it like banking? I can't remember. Something. You'll be good, man. You'll be straight in Oxford. There's not shouldn't be too much to worry about down them sides. It's pretty posh Oxford size. Motorsport engineer masters. Cheese, oi. Yeah, definitely. The smart asses are in Oxford. I'll tell you that much. Like my missus' younger sister, bro. Like from when they were like younger in, I think like GCSE times, she was one of those people that just only cares about studying, bro. Like study, like nothing can distract them from studying. And it's a great mindset to have when you're that young. You're not distracted by anything. You know, you're just so. She was super focused on the learning and carried that all the way through to adulthood. You know, and I think she ended up in like banking or something. Like just grinding, bro. Grinding. Man said, I'm not smart, brother. If you got in Oxford, I think you're a little bit clever, mate. Just, even if it's a little bit, you definitely got some common sense. I'll tell you that much. But no, you should be straight down them ways, man. It's not like the rigmarole of London and... I'll be honest, man. A lot of the time in London, people are miserable for the most part. You know? And I didn't realize it a lot of the time, but it wasn't until I went up north, because my missus is from Manchester, so when we used to go up north to visit her family, and I'd go to Manchester, even from Manchester to London, and I realized how much cleaner the streets are. It's like, even just the streets are just clean. Like London, it just feels, it's like there's dog crap everywhere. I'm like everywhere, bro. Like, I can't walk 10 minutes without seeing dog crap at least 3 times. You know, it's just everywhere. No license for stabbing. Nah, you should be alright down there, man. 110% boosted, man. This is exactly how me and my missus think. Because it's tough, man. I used to watch so much things like, at the time, was seen as conspiracy theories and stuff. But a lot of the stuff has ended up coming true. Like, hold on. Were they really conspiracy theories, bro? No worries, man. Hope you enjoy it, though. Hope you enjoy it, bro. Where are you traveling from? Where are you coming from? Hey, man, you might be making the best setups in LMU. Right about now, I couldn't think of oh, you're in the US. Oh, you're doing a lot of traveling, man. US to India to UK. Man, that's a lot of traveling, bro. Bro, I can't do planes anymore. I used to be okay. Now I can't do planes, bro. I'm sorry, I can't. 110% boosted. 110%. Because especially in our school system, they teach you how to become a worker, bro. I mean, they teach you how to become a worker. They don't teach you how to prosper on your own interests, you know? You graduated as an aerospace, so like, what are you trying to? You trying to like get into like car aerodynamics, like F1, or what? Like, what's the end goal for you? What's the dream? Because I feel like if you're doing something that you're actually passionate about, other than that, or having your own business, man. Boosie, bro. Trust me, we think very alike. My missus thinks exactly the same. Performance engineering, okay. So what would your dream be? Like getting into F1, becoming part of one of those teams? You know, sitting on a pit wall? Like being part of an F1 team looks fun, but all that traveling on a plane, I can't do it, bro. Being on a plane for like 12 hours, nah. Nah, I can't do anything for 12 hours, bro. 12 hours is like sat in one place on a plane, just in the sky. Okay, that's good, man. That's good stuff, bro. Hey, you know a lot of them guys, particularly during COVID. What team was it that was using? Oh, who was it? Was it Williams? It might have been the Williams esports team. They were one of these teams. They were using actual McLaren. I think it was either was it Mercedes engineers? They were actually helping the sim teams, bro. Like in esports races, they literally had the engineers from friggin' F1. Was it F1? I can't remember. I think it was F1 helping the guys out. Like when we were doing all these sim races and that. Crazy. The Cadillac V Series R. Interesting. Oh, interesting, man. You just never know who you meet in this sim world. Never know. You have to keep me posted, man. You have to keep me posted. See how it all turns out over the next few years. Before you know it, you might be in Milton Keynes by all the factories, by all the race teams, man. Yeah, I guess with sim games it's different because there's a side of it that that runs parallel to real life, as in like when you're reading like Motec data and stuff like that. But then there's also in sim titles, there's also things that are not perfect, things that are broken that people are able to do to find lap time that shouldn't work in the real world. And that's the biggest difference, I feel like. For instance, when you get real life drivers on sims, or most of the time, that's where they lack the ultimate speed, is because the esports drivers, they will literally try every single thing, even if it shouldn't work. But sometimes it makes you quicker. Yo, Leo, what's going on, bro? Yeah. Herman, man, you might have to join Discord because there's certain things about Motec that even we ain't sure of. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I remember it was ages ago in this game. How did the race go? I got a podium. I finished third. It was pretty good. Ages ago in this game, I remember everybody thought I think it was the McLaren. Everyone thought the McLaren was the fastest car down the straight, but the Ferrari had a broken aero, and you had to do something in the setup. And when these lot tried out Spa, brother, this thing was insane down the straight, and nobody knew about this, bro. No one. You know what I mean? And those are the kind of things that on a sim game, when you start doing things that shouldn't make sense, and then sometimes you find stuff, you know. Yeah, man, it's all good though, man. It's all learning. It's all learning, bro. That's all we're all trying to do, you know. But anyway, lads, I'm gonna head off. I'll be dropping some videos though over the next couple of days, as always, and that. And appreciate all you lot for stopping by, as per usual. I'll be back Monday, 7:30, normal time. And then yeah, I'll see you guys then. Obviously, I still haven't put an ending screen back up yet because I keep forgetting. But other than that, take care. You guys, make sure you leave a like on the video, follow if you haven't done it already, and I'll catch you guys in a bit, man. Peace.